Hi, I'm Joshua Taylor from MetroJacksonville.com.
And I'm Amanda Morales. Welcome to our debut episode of Why We Can't Have Nice Things. Hemming Park used to be a nice place. It has a nice location and has been surrounded by many nice historic buildings.
In the history of Jacksonville, there's literally no park more historic or central to the story of the city than Hemming Park.
It's nice, wouldn't you say, Josh?
Yes, it's nice.
But apparently it's too nice. And you know, we can't have nice things in Jacksonville.
It all started one day when fiery City Councilwoman Denise Lee thought she would take a nice walk in the park.
And Hemming Park is right downstairs from City Hall.
Well, there she was, City Councilwoman, minding her own business when suddenly some rude and uncouth member of the public accosted her and called her names.
Apparently it was very scarring.
So scarring that she made up her mind that very day that it was time for a new sheriff in Hemming Park.
Enter minor league hair-cutting villain City Councilman Don Redmond. Josh, you remember when that whole Occupy Wall Street was going on across the country? Even Jacksonville had a chapter.
Sure, the kids from Occupy Jacksonville.
Well, when they decided on a place to occupy, naturally it was in Hemming Park in front of the City Hall, which caused Don by God Redmond to see if he could personally bring a stop to the general communism and anarchy.
Well, weren't they just holding up signs and camping out?
Your point is?
Oh, right. Communism.
Anyways, Redmond ended up setting up a makeshift desk right next to the Occupy kids and tried to single-handedly wilt the movement with withering stares and occasional thumbs-down photos.
But this pesky Constitution thing kept making it legal for those mean kids to demonstrate with their signs and everything. So obviously, Don already had a first-hand view of the terrible dark powers of a public park. So it came as no surprise to anyone when Redmond asked to be a part of the so-called Hemming Park Action Subcommittee, organized by Councilwoman Lee.
News of the committee spread like wildfire, Josh, which made it a foregone conclusion that local anti-panhandling activist Jerry Moran would be attending the legally public meetings. Now, besides owning a well-regarded pasta restaurant in the area, Jerry is well known for having suggested at an anti-homelessness conference that all parties would be best served if the homeless could be rounded up and put in concentration camps. His words.
During committee meetings, council members Lee and Redmond entertained a number of solutions to the problems they perceived in the park. Everything from removing all the benches and making backgammon and chess illegal to turning off the electricity in the area and cutting down the trees, which provide much-needed shade in the all-brick environment of the park.
This topic exploded on Metro Jacksonville's forums, didn't it, Josh?
Oh, yeah, lots of drama and sordid recriminations were bandied about for months as the Hemming Park Committee dragged on, much of it on the pages of the forums.
Did anyone suggest anything positive for the park?
Oh, yeah. A few members of the public suggested really good ideas, like more programming, adding bathrooms and more amenities. But in the end, the council subcommittee decided that the best thing was what a small minority wanted to do anyways. Remove all the people and restrict access to a few pre-approved types.
And cut down all the trees.
Oh, cut down most of the trees.
Apparently, the Parks and Recreation manager, Kelly Boree, under direct orders from Councilwoman Lee, had a tree expert declare that the live oaks in the park had already lived half their natural lifespan, and with only 70 years remaining before they died of natural causes, they needed to be removed before they constituted a public danger.
It was decided that the best way to have a public park without having to worry about the public being able to just use it for their own purposes would be to lease the park to a private management company. Now, private companies can set their own rules, after all, and don't always have to listen to a bunch of whiny Constitution complaints.
So now, there is a request for proposals to bring in a private park management group and effectively shut down the oldest historic park in the city. And this, Jacksonville, is why we can't have nice things.
I'm Joshua Taylor from MetroJacksonville.com.
And I'm Amanda Morales.